Hey everyone, this is going to be your love reading for May 25th. I hope you can hear me okay. Obviously this is a bit of a weird setup. So I'm out with a friend and I needed a place to film, so I just kind of like set up the back of my van here. I have a microphone on. You're gonna hear some weird background noise, but hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. May 25th, general love reading. All right, it is general. It's not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If I resonate with you and you would like a personal reading with me, you can reach me at the links in the description box below. All the information that you need is there. Readings are done by donation, and a donation is required in order to receive a personal reading. However, the amount is entirely up to you, and the way the directions are written or the information is written is pretty much step by step. This is just a general message and not necessarily sign specific, though we will get to more sign specific messages towards the end of the video for certain signs, whatever decides to pop out. So if it resonates, cool. If not, cool. Let's get into it. I think it's interesting to note that right before I went to set up the tripod, I was talking to my friend, and I don't even know what I went to do. I went to do something, and I was taking a drink of a bottle of water, and I stuck it, in between my legs. And I was sitting in the driver's seat. I stuck it in between my legs and went to do something, and I squeezed the bottle with my thighs, and it fucking shot up and out and all over my crotch. Why is that interesting to note? Because think about it. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. I actually forgot my water. Way up there. As I say, calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. I actually have a thing hanging from my window, and as I say that, it always, hangs like this. As I say that, it turns like this and looks directly at me. So, not only are your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations helping to bring in your soulmate, or helping to bring you together, but it is happening in the now, and it is showing itself to you, right to your face. The saying, right underneath your nose. I actually dreamt of a snake. If it had been a snake, it would have bit you. And yes, I just woke up, if you can't tell. Well, not just, but pretty much. Dreamt of snakes and buffaloes. Snakes and buffaloes and water. Big things are happening for everyone. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. One more. I feel like, well, I'm going to say I feel like I'm dealing with a couple of groups. Wedding. The situation involves marriage. Okay, so very interesting. And I feel like this one almost should go in between the new love, but I'm going to keep it where it's at. So forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And I do believe that being able to do this, to release, as I talked about in the videos for the last few days, there was a lot of emotional release and sort of well, I don't want to say realization perhaps, but just a lot that has been surfacing, that a lot of us went ahead and allowed ourselves to really feel, and in doing so, release during the Scorpio full moon on the 18th. Whether you were conscious of it or not, this did happen for a lot of people and sort of has been happening, even on a gradual scale. So it may not be something necessarily that hits you like smack in the face, but happened and is kind of in the process of happening and wrapping up, nonetheless. The situation involves marriage. This is interesting because I'm actually getting a few different scenarios here. So for some of you, you're dealing with past life relationships, past life marriages. This is what this is what the soulmate is. For others of you, the relationship is escalating to new heights, new levels. It's almost like it's taking on a life of its own. You know, we talk about that third energy, but I don't know. I think it has many different forms. And some of you, this relationship, this new love, this soulmate, especially as you've released past hurt, trauma, emotion, and allowed things to surface, and really allowed yourself to sit and feel the third energy that you're bringing together has really taken on a life of its own, and it's starting to level up in maybe ways you didn't think was possible or didn't count on, maybe didn't expect. So it's not necessarily that you're going out like you're running out and getting eloped. Some of you, however, it is the time of year and there are weddings happening. Now, for others of you, you are dealing with someone that is in a marriage or a marriage-like relationship, okay? Or you are in a marriage or marriage-like relationship. Some of you are still with your current partner that you've been with for quite some time, and you've actually met someone else, okay? So either they're already committed or you're already committed. Not like to a crazy house, but to a relationship. There's so much light, like, I don't know, when I close my eyes, all I see is light. Just fucking light radiating. Change your focus. All right, change your focus comes out. And I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure that's dealing with this the way it was, because it came out kind of in reverse here, which if she's in reverse, right, she's looking right up and at this card, the wedding card, the marriage card. Okay. And even almost like kind of just looking away from the forgiving and learning, like just starting to maybe turn her head and looking toward the wedding card. So it's like, for some of you, you've been able to shift your focus and bring this soulmate in and bring this relationship closer together. Even if you thought you didn't deserve it, you would never have it. There was always maybe something that seemed to be there in the past, blockages that, you know, most likely were you blocking you, but you've started to look away from that toward the future, toward the wedding. You started to change your focus from all the hurt and trauma, because let's face it, some of you have really been hurt. Some of us, I'm not taking me out of the equation, so I apologize for phrasing it that way. Some of us have really been hurt. I mean, depending on your age, I know the majority of my audience, this ain't your first fucking rodeo, right? You've seen things, you've been in some really, really hectic situations and relationships, some things that have left you with, I mean, a foul taste in your mouth doesn't even begin to describe. So you've started to allow that to happen and look away from that in the direction of leveling up a relationship, or even entertaining the idea of leveling up and truly committing to a relationship. For those of you that do not believe in titles and legal marriage, paper marriage, Don't let this kind of deter you, because it's the energy that we're talking about, right? It's the union. It's the energy, not necessarily the titles and the you know, white dress and walking down the aisle and things like that. So for others of you though, looking right up, change your focus, looking right up to being focused on that wedding card. It may be time to change your focus if you have gotten in a situation where you're finding yourself falling for someone who is already in a relationship, or you are already in the relationship. It may be time to change your focus and handle the things that need to be put to rest and handled before you should probably go any further on this relationship. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying it's just guidance. It's just advice, okay? And it's almost like I'm seeing someone that's almost like so enamored. I'm actually seeing a moth flying into and around a light bulb, right? And it just keeps like hitting it. I can even hear the ding, 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 ding. Like I can hear it. It keeps hitting this light. It's just drawn into this light where it sort of can't see anything else. And I do believe for those of you, you know, no judgment here ever, okay? But I do believe some of you that are in relationships or interested in someone that is in a relationship have gotten so sort of drawn in that you can't really see anything else, and it's almost like you're so lost in this that how could there be anything wrong with it, right? Because it just feels so right, and you know that there's a true connection there, but you've sort of lost sight of everything outside of this, like who it may be hurting and what exactly needs to be handled before you go forward in this situation and strengthening this relationship. And then again, how strong could it really be while everyone isn't on the up and up? Because let's face it, in these situations, you've at least one person that is left in the dark, right, of what is truly going on. So I do feel like someone has just been so drawn in that they're not really maybe considering how it could be affecting the other people. And for that, I think it may be time to sort of change your focus, sort of break free of the hypnosis, because it is kind of like a spell, right, that the person has you under, because it's just so intense. And I'm hearing, I haven't felt this in so long. So there's some of you that you know, we're creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit. We're creatures of convenience. Especially in today's society, everything is fucking convenient, right? And so you've stayed in relationships that you know don't serve you. You know they're not for your higher good or for the other person's higher good. You sort of keep each other trapped in this way. And so when you do feel something this intense and this strong, it's so easy because you yearn for it on a level that you don't even understand because you have a companion. And I'm hearing, I haven't felt this in so long, and it's just like this, and I'm seeing this like, like, you know, like that, just like that. And I get it, I do, but you've got to sort of like snap out of it, because there's other people involved for those of you that are dealing with that situation. Okay. Healing begins. Healing begins. So, as you've changed your focus, no matter which group you belong to, okay, the healing has begun. The healing begun actually before, when you started to forgive and learn and maybe even see sides of a situation. You know how you can hold a lot of shit against your parents, a lot of grudges and judgments, and you know, you can hold a lot against your parents until you have children of your own, and it's in that state that you're like, most of the time you kind of see, not saying that your parents don't fuck up and that whatever happened to you wasn't fucked up, but when you have your own children, you're sort of more understanding how something can go wrong and how the shit doesn't come with an instruction manual. So you had already started, from what I'm seeing, what I'm receiving, you'd already started this healing process, okay, for those of you in either situation, the one that began an extreme emotional release and surfacing in order to look up at the sort of possibility of truly being able to obtain these levels of connections, intimate, romantic connections with yourself. You've already started the healing there, but now as you do that, especially if it is your soulmate, because what is a soulmate? A soulmate is someone who comes in your life and connects with you on a soul level to teach you something for your soul journey, okay? So it is not always someone that you're romantically involved with. It is also not always someone that you will stay with forever, okay? A reason, a season, or a lifetime. However, this person also steps in now and takes this relationship to new heights and new levels to further heal you on two journeys. They're showing me the two very distinct paths of the life path as well as the soul's journey. Okay, now for those of you that are dealing with someone who's already committed, or you are the one that is already committed, by changing your focus and sort of breaking free of that state of hypnosis that the connection does have you in, and I understand, I get it, no judgment once again, but by changing your focus, you allow yourself to heal on another level, and possibly, most likely, even allow that all people involved to heal, because, you know, people can say, oh, that's fucked up, or who would do that, or why would you do that? Everything happens for a reason. Everything comes to teach lessons. There's nothing that should be swept away as coincidence, mistake, just simply a fuck up, or an accident, okay? So, and I love that it is 5-6. 5-6. So when you change your focus and look at the problem at hand, instead of trying to continue to maybe keep someone in the dark, that's just going to become an extremely sticky situation over time, if it hasn't already anyways. But when you allow yourself to change your focus and snap out of it and handle what is going on here, so that you can be authentic in the way that the relationship develops, it's like you go in the right order and you step up. 5-6. I love it. Also, as I say that, step up, 5-6, the thing in the rearview mirror turns and looks directly at me again. So there are some of you that have been, will be, or that either have already been, currently are, or will be experiencing synchronistic events revolving around this new love, revolving around this particular soulmate, okay? Now, when I say synchronicity, what I am seeing, as I continue to mention the thing on the rear view mirror, I am not talking about simple number synchronistic events, 1111, the gas station total, the price, the number, whatever, the numbers on the license plate, whatever it may be. I am not talking about that. What I am talking about is the program behind the program. You will start seeing synchronistic events that are not necessarily, or even at all, numeric, right? But do seem to have a very sequential order to them, okay? But it will be synchronicities like I'm talking about, like actual places, people, things, like events, right? The program behind the program, and not something as seemingly calculated and, more of a chance of with numbers, okay? Balance coming in, okay? And we've been getting cards like this, as above, so below. You'll see the two triangles there. mirroring each other, which is as above, so below. The masculine and the feminine can be same-sex relationship. It only means the masculine and the feminine energy. Yeah, I kind of just like made me a space right here. And I fit perfect. With my big ass. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. I don't know. You've got, I mean, yeah. I mean, it is the card for Sagittarius, but could just be someone with fire in their chart. But I wouldn't read too much into the actual sign. Not yet. Not here. Win or lose. Okay, fives. Win or lose. In the Five of Swords energy, no one wins, okay? Because nobody really wins out of any battle or war. No one really wins out of any battle or war. In this energy, it's often inner conflict, but it can be outside as well, though I am getting a strong sense of inner conflict with this card here. I'm actually seeing the sword being stuck into the ground by someone, as if to say, like someone is staking their, not their claim, maybe their claim, but like, it's like when you've conquered something, even if you were beat, it's like you went there, you did that. So even if you didn't win, the experience, right, is what is most important. I want to get another card with this because there's definitely a lot of fives. Fives are losses, changes, can be decisions, but are often taking responsibility for your own behavior, your own situations where life has brought you, your decisions in life that have brought you to this place. Okay, that is also the five. The Tower. Coming in the reverse position to give me more information about that. I would like one more, please. Someone seems to be fighting the balance and transformation. You've balanced before it, and the Tower in the reverse. With the Chariot. This is definitely someone that's fighting this bit of transformation. It could be a very hard pill to swallow. Someone here has had to take a good hard look at themselves, and again, the situations that they've created and the things that they have done. And it's almost like whatever has happened recently, it's really put it right in your face where like you can no longer ignore this situation and say, oh, this was because of so-and-so, or if so-and-so hadn't have done that, then I wouldn't have done this. Or, you know, it's sort of this thing where it's like, no, whatever has happened recently, if we're being honest, which is why this type of energy comes to you, is to reflect back to you and look in the mirror. And some of you, that will be the new love that comes to reflect back to you. But it is someone that is trying to resist this energy and resist the change, resist the Tower falling, resist the inner conflict. It's like, I don't even want to, I just want to focus on what I want to focus on. I don't want to entertain a new relationship for fear of getting hurt. I don't want to face the inner conflict and confrontation that's going on inside of me because it's too much, and I just don't simply want to deal with it. It's easier to do this or to do that, or, you know, something like that. But it's also the card for Cancer. But I do see that when you allow this change and this transformation to happen, you will go forward. Here's the thing about what I'm seeing though, even if you don't, you still go forward. You still go forward, but you don't go forward healed, and you don't go forward authentic. You don't go forward honest, and it leaves you in a place down the road that you have every opportunity to fix and transform now. Okay, so it's like, you know, several years down the road, 10 years or more down the road, it's like you look back and you're like, how the fuck did I get stuck in this situation for so long? It's like, I've been here for so long, my whole life, you know, like 10, 20 years has been shit. This is it. This is now. So whether you decide to face it or not, you're still going to move forward. I can't say that it's a good forward, but you do move forward. So that's something definitely for some of you to look at, especially if you're in this sort of married to someone else situation. If you've been there for any length of time, if you've been with that partner for any length of time, I feel like you will understand me when I say you've probably already wasted enough time, because I'm getting 5s and multiples of 5s. So I feel like I'm talking to people that have been in this situation for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Okay. Do you really want to go another 5, 10, 50? That's practically your whole fucking life, right? Do you want to go that far and look back and just, you know, when you have the chance to release it, face it, and change it now? Ooh. Taking the lead, the Emperor coming out. Now, the Emperor has been coming out simply love wants to come out with it, okay, which is related to the 6 of Cups. Okay, wait. Yeah, 6 of Cups. Some of you may be dealing with it's somebody that you already know. Well, obviously, it's somebody that you already know, because I'm getting past life huge with this new love and calling in your soulmate. Past life is huge here. Huge. You've already been with this person, but for some of you, you are calling or have called in your Emperor, and you are taking the lead. For some of you, you're stepping up into the Emperor position, okay? And you see there he has the scroll in his hand, and if you can see, there's sort of a, it's like a flower. Could be the flower of life, but it's illuminating his head. Okay, something has really woken you up. These energies really come to mirror and awaken and activate. I'm hearing activation specifically. It's very interesting that he's mirroring himself behind him. So it's like merging spirit with flesh, right? Physical. There's something very, very awoken and activated in this state. And as I said, with the scroll, it's like it's written. And if you notice, the one back here does not have a crown on. This one does. This is definitely someone taking the lead and stepping into their power as they merge themselves, as they become activated within, as they awaken, as they can see. And I'm hearing, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone, I think is how the lyrics go, but that's what I'm hearing. And it's like, as you begin to see this, when you merge, this is how you get your crown. And it's not a literal crown. I don't know, for some of you it may be, but it's just simply love. And it's simply understanding love in its truest form, and that means no conditions, no strings, no expectations, but truly experiencing love, and even the simplicity of love. And I think it's important to remember that, because this is a huge change. No matter which scenario you resonate with, this is coming to be a very, very huge change, okay? But I do believe, again, it's someone and something that you've already known, okay? And I'm seeing the child, now they're showing me the child as a reflection of self, okay? So like the inner child. So there's a lot of healing that has been going on. Some of you may have needed to heal with a father or father-like figure. Some of you may have had a lot to face there in order to allow your relationships to not be so toxic, okay? Because a lot of times we can continue to create and attach ourselves to situations and scenarios that were created for us as a child, okay? So beautiful things, if you ask me. Let's get a couple more cards out of this deck, and then we're going to move on to something else. Another 5. Another 5. Challenging times and the heart chakra. Opening up the heart chakra can be extremely challenging just by itself, okay? But 5, 5, 5. The only 5 you don't have out here is the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Fire. So some of you, again, especially those dealing with the already committed partners, or you being the already committed partner, yes, obviously that's going to be a challenging time, and it's going to take a toll on your heart. But what most people don't understand in that situation, because I hear a lot, well, I don't want to hurt my blah blah blah. I don't want to hurt my baby daddy, my baby mama, my spouse, my partner. I just don't want to hurt them. And understandably, like, nobody's out, I don't think, to hurt someone for the most part. But being honest, and healing your heart, or blocking your heart, because see, when you do shit like that, you're not only blocking yourself, but you block them as well. So there's a lot taking place. There's a lot of healing and blockages coming out, and that can be challenging within itself. But also, someone here is scared to speak up because they're scared to be left out. They're scared to take a dive. I'm seeing someone who's become quite successful, especially the ones that have been doing the work and called in the soulmate and created and experiencing this new love, that is trying to, as I said, it's sort of taken on a energy and a life of its own, and I do see it trying to move forward. This is challenging even for those people, because there is still a fear here of being left behind, because, as I stated before, this is not the first time, this is not the first rodeo. These people have experienced so much hurt and so much loss, and so much pain revolving around romantic relationships, that it can be and is a very scary thing. But ultimately, it does come to heal your heart, okay, and unblock that space, which is very, very sacred. Okay, so the King of Swords shooting out in the reverse, Ace of Wands, Six of Wands in the reverse with the Four of Wands in the reverse. Okay, lots of passion here. Okay, but also trying to, what I'm hearing is like, how do I say this? Because I don't even know how to think about it right now, but it's there, like it's definitely there. I'm being given this thing, this relationship, this light, this newfound light, this activation, this experience, okay? And it not only comes to sort of humble you, okay, but it also comes to show you your journey and your soul. As I stated in the very beginning, there's two very distinct paths that this soulmate and relationship comes to expand. I mean, yeah, expansion is definitely a word here. By yourself as well as with the other people. Now, on another note, you have someone here who and I'm also saying, backtrack a little bit, I'm seeing someone who is questioning themselves and trying to convince themselves that this isn't real, that this is not a true connection, right? That it's not divine, that it's not the one. But I don't know what to tell you, baby, because it is. Okay, now, on the other hand, you have someone trying to hold on to a relationship. As I stated a little bit ago, you have someone here that is trying to hold on to something as to not hurt someone, right? I don't want it to be brought out into the public. I don't want anybody to know, not just because, and be honest with yourself, not just because you don't want to hurt them, it's because you don't want to look like a piece of shit, okay? Either you don't want to look like the homewrecker, or you don't want to look like the cheating piece of shit. Either way, it's not necessarily something that you're doing because you have someone else's best interest at heart. So, like, let's be honest about that. But you do have a situation here where you're needing to face what's truly going on, because you have you're holding up both paths for yourself, and you're holding up everyone's path involved, okay? Because this is not in harmony. And that's what I'm saying to the people who have gotten themselves sort of caught in this light, for the ones that are so just hypnotized, right, and can just see this bright light. It can only go so far, because it is out of harmony, and it is being created sort of in the shadows, in the murky places where no one can see. And as I stated, there's someone, at least one person, that's left in the dark. And I mean, you probably have to sneak around anyway. There's just so much that will not let a relationship that begins that way to expand expand and go to the depths that it needs to. So how real could it really be when it's not in harmony? All right, so there's something there for that. All right, let's get a couple more cards here, and then we'll jump into specific signs. Six of Cups again. This is, yeah, definitely dealing with people from the past, soulmates, past life relationships, and things like this. Actually, want to get another card with that. The Eight of Swords, overlooking the Nine of Swords, with the Three of Swords underneath it. Okay, and then the Three of Cups coming out with the High Priestess. Wow. So for some of you, and then, well, we could probably just keep going with the Three of Wands coming with the Devil in reverse. Okay, so you have here, for some of you, this sort of state of nostalgia is keeping you stuck and stressed out while you're not telling the truth. Okay, and even though your heart's been broken before, you're breaking other people's heart. It's this whole thing. You need to come out of this third-party situation in order to see what's really going on here, because it has been written. You're ignoring your intuition. You're ignoring your true purpose and your true path. Okay, this is coming to sort of unlock you and release you from these karmic situations. And if I were you, I would go ahead and take it, because the things that are coming in for you in this state, this Three of Wands energy, your ships that come in after you release this bullshit, amazing. And I'm hearing amaze balls. I don't know why. Amaze balls. Okay. So then for others of you, again, past life relationship that's been written literally in the stars that comes to release you. And it's not, I'm not getting soul contract. This is not a soul contract, as if you have some, like you've signed something specific, like you have an obligation to this person. This is very much a team, even mutual thing. Yeah. Yeah. Now, what I'm getting with this Three of Cups for that group in the reverse position is that you may not be in contact like all the time. Currently, you may be in sort of off and on. This is like you've united, you've celebrated an experience, and then it's like, then you've got to go, right? And you may not know when even is the next time you will see this person. Okay, so this is like celebrations that are far and few in between, but definitely still happening, and that can stress you out and leave you in a mental prison. Is this real? Will I see this person again? What do I do with this information? What do I do with these feelings? Okay, and then again, you have that fear of letting go, because you don't want to get your heart broken again. Okay, that's the message, the overall general message. Let's get into specific signs here. See who wants to come out today for May 25th. May 25th, a specific sign, message for a specific sign. Fire. All right, Aries, Leo, Sag. Ooh. Gemini, looking right up at me. Happy birthday, Gemini, by the way, since you do decide to make your beautiful little self known. All right. So let's do fire first. All right, fire. Aries, Leo, Sag. Message we can get for Aries, Leo, Sag. And this is going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and even if you are dealing with someone, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. The Moon card flipping out could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. Okay, if you are that Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, but this could also be secrets and things revealing themselves. There could also be something going on in the dark for you. Now, the dark is not necessarily a bad thing, and not necessarily always secretive in a bad way, but because it's dark. You can't always see what's actually there, and sometimes shadows sort of look one way but are actually something else. You've got the water down there reflecting. You've got people looking up at the moon, again, to be drawn into that light. And you have a lot, these two animals rather, seem to be stopped on their path. There's a very long trail ahead of them, but they're stopped. They're sort of enamored with the light of the moon. So for some of you, Aries, Leo, Sag, it's just simply an awakening that you've had on this past moon, as this dog looks, at the way I flipped it, looks directly over to the card of Scorpio. So it could just be that, but it could also be some like intentional secrets, and it could just be some things that haven't been fully illuminated yet, because I'm hearing unaware and not enough information, and I'm not sure if it's not time or what's going on with that in particular, but let's continue on. The Knight of Swords shooting out, okay, which is rushing toward the moon. As I was just about to say, someone wanting to shout behind me and shouts, okay? So again, someone may be wanting to rush towards a situation and shout it out and say things and talk about things and label things, and it's just not time. There's not enough information. There's not enough illumination yet, and it could get messy. So I would hold off. Don't be in a hurry, okay? Especially because the Knight of Swords has a tendency to be in and out, okay? It's not very stable on its own. And then you have the Page of Pentacles, okay, in the reverse position. So in the reverse position, it's holding, and it's looking right up at the moon, okay? Away from the Knight of Swords, okay? So changing your focus and offering something possibly more light to whatever is going on here in the dark, okay? And it could just be bringing some dark things out of you. It could be making you face your shadow self, okay? There could be some things that you're needing to work through there, and there could be someone that comes to offer a piece of the puzzle as you get another hand out of the sky, offering another opportunity with this Empress in the reverse position, okay? So fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, I do believe that someone is coming to offer a piece of information that will put more of whatever this is into perspective, okay? And if there was a reason, if there was a time where you couldn't figure out why you're not exactly as abundant as you need to be, or why your creation is blocked, or why you're hovering, or whatever this is, whatever this energy is that's really off with the Empress in reverse, there comes, and it's interesting because the way this is, it's like it gets handed back. Someone hands something. So I feel like this is bouncing even information off of each other. Like, okay, I have a piece. Oh, okay, well now this makes sense. Now I have a piece. And it's like that. It's like, okay, I'm going to offer this. Okay, now we can fit this in. And it sort of like all comes to light here. And you may even be in the middle of walking away from someone that doesn't serve you. That could be baby mama. And you could be the baby mama, okay? This could be a situation that illuminates itself for you to walk away from, and it could be the opposite of that. All right, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck here for you, the Nine of Cups. Either way, by allowing the situation to unfold, I do see you getting what you want by the end of it, okay? Dreams coming true. Nine of Cups comes out on the Nine of Cups. With passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay, let's move on to Scorpio. As the Star card is looking right up at me, Scorpio, divine path, healing, hope. Scorpio, fuck. You're so fucking just magnetic right now. Just energy beyond fucking radiating, just radiating, drawing everything into you, Scorpio. Everything and everyone, and you just like, it's just that, it's just what it is right now. Okay, the Strength card coming in the reverse position, Scorpio. It could be a bit of a weak-minded state, but I am strongly feeling like you are making people weak, and something has you a little bit weak in the knees. And it's almost interesting, Scorpio, because Scorpio has a tendency to be, well, not a tendency. We are extremely intense. We sort of take charge. Of course, this is depending on where other things are placed in your chart, but overall, like just in general, the Strength, do you see how she tames the lion in a very calm, it's not forceful at all, right? She calms the lion, she tames him, she tames the beast, and it just kind of unfolds. I feel like, Scorpio, you may be having a bit of a go at trying to figure out how to do this. Ironically, though, I feel like you're doing really well. I feel like you're doing really well. And I'm hearing like this is a side of you that I haven't seen before. So this is either someone telling you this is a side of you that I haven't seen before, or maybe you telling yourself, or other people telling you like, what is going on? Like, I've not seen this side of you before. Like, this person does something to you. Like, what is going on in your life where you're acting like this now? It's like sort of, it's like, it's beautiful, but it's kind of caught people off guard, what I'm seeing here. Okay, with the King of Pentacles in the reverse position, which has been coming out for you, Scorpio, it is like not really sure how to put it into the 3D, not really sure how solid it can be, not really sure of anything right now because it is so foreign, but it is so beautiful. It's like, it's, hey, I'm not used to it, but it's so fucking cool and beautiful that I'm just gonna stay here for a minute, and that's okay too. But also I do see, because as I said, it is foreign, and someone is got you in a way that it's like, nobody really does this to me. Like, I do this to people, people don't do this to me. Oh, Scorpio, checkmate, bitch. I'm hearing checkmate. You've met your match, and you are dealing with some insecurities, and seeing that these insecurities make you weak. They don't make you strong. They don't make you protected. You're not protecting yourself. It's making you weak, and it's been making you probably for the majority of your life pass things by that could really be good for you. Okay, so very, very interesting. With the Queen of Wands. That's so you, Scorpio. I know it's a fire energy, but that's so you right now, Scorpio. I mean, you just have, because she is the lady in red. She is like, she turns heads, and she doesn't have to do anything. She just sits there. She just sits there, and it's enough for people to just be drawn into her. There's just something about her, and that is the energy, male or female, doesn't matter. That is the energy that Scorpio is currently in. There's just something so fucking majestic, right? With the sun flipping out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Whole big old bucket of happiness. I love it. I fucking love it. Childlike happiness. And again, like I'm saying, it's like, I do this to people, people don't do this to me. Like, what is happening? What is happening? Who cares? I love it. And it's like, I haven't been this happy in a long time, or maybe ever, or had this much freedom. Look at how free. If you can see that. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can barely see the camera. Clarity of belief. There's being so much made clear to you right now, Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, and or Venus, or if you are dealing with a Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, and or Venus. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Yeah. And I feel like that's what's happened. I feel like that's already happened. Not even just necessarily your ex, but any fucking negative thought forms, patterns, and any negative shit that you need needed to release. This is what's brought you to this state of clarity. This is what's brought you out to this childlike youth and happiness. This is what's done it for you. This clearing of the energy has made so much clear to you. You cleared out space. You brought things in. Things become clear. It's fucking beautiful. I absolutely love it. Let's move on to Gemini. All right. And Gemini, me oh my, Gemini, the shit that is going on with you right now. And I will get to the June reads. I've already been meditating on them, and so yeah, I could probably give you the readings right now, just off the top of my head, just from what I've seen in meditation. But Gemini, there's so much being illuminated to you of your toxic behavior, of other people's toxic behavior. There's so much going on that you're seeing about yourself. You're on fucking fire, Gemini. It is your season, baby. You know, it's like you've got the world at your fingertips. There's so much being made available to you as well, Gemini. You could have your pick. This is beautiful. But it can also be a problem if you've not broken yourself away and ended certain situations, because you can have your pick. It's like, well, I'll take that one and that one and that one, and yeah, you too, and that, you know what I'm saying? So Gemini, be careful. Be careful. The Queen of Cups coming in for you, Gemini. The Queen of Cups. I want to get another card with that, but with the Nine of Wands, what I'm seeing, because she's looking at the Balance card, which is Sagittarius. So Gemini, you may be dealing with a fire sign that has gone emotionally cold. Either you've gone cold to them, they've gone cold to you, but I'm seeing it as like somebody wants to make an offer or even tip their toe back into the water and try it one more time. You also, Gemini, may be involved with a fire and a water sign, because I'm seeing someone definitely involved with two separate people. For some of you, that is a real scenario. And the walls have been let down. It's like someone has been let in, someone has been definitely caught off guard here. But I'm also seeing that as like, I give up, like I surrender. I don't want to do this anymore. It's gone too cold for me, and I have other options. So you know, for some of you, you will be walking away. What did I say? I mean, this is just one of the cups you're being offered. You are being offered so much from so many, in so many different directions, Gemini. And some of you are a little bit withdrawn because you know you have a decision to make. Some of you, it's like, you know, the Four of Cups can be overindulgence, and it can be a card of boredom. It's like you have so much that you can't even see what's being offered to you. With that Two of Swords overlaying it, it's, you know, she's got that blindfold on and her back to the water. So for some of you, it's like you realize a situation, you've seen a situation, but you're not ready to maybe face the situation head on. And then I'm hearing, I just don't want to hurt anyone. I'm hearing, I just don't want to hurt anyone. But yeah, someone does end up walking away by the end of it, Gemini. Even if that is just walking away from old belief systems and patterns that are toxic and don't truly serve you or the person that you may be dealing with, or persons, because I'm definitely seeing some of you with a number of people. Okay, now Love Abounds is coming out for you, Gemini. That is that Ace of Cups energy, and well, fuck yeah. Not just you receiving that and wanting that, but also you being that for other people. Okay, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Yeah, I can see that, and I can see that that would make a fork in the road, and that would make people cold and not know where to go from here. That would make people give up, and that would eventually possibly make someone feel like they need to or have to walk away. So that is what I have for you, everyone. I love you so much. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next time.